Hello students, welcome to my channel, and in this video we'll be studying about application software. In the previous lectures we have studied system software, programming tools, programming languages and language translators. So in case you have missed those videos, I would request you to first watch those videos so that you have a better understanding of this lecture. So we are discussing computer science of class 11 from NCERT books, and this is the first chapter, computer system. So now coming to what are application software. See, when we studied about system softwares, we learned that system softwares are the soul of the computer. They help the computer in performing the basic functions. They allow the computer to start, they allow other softwares and other hardwares to get configured and installed and run and provide their functionalities to the system and the end user. So application softwares are those softwares that are developed for a specific purpose for the end user. Now, depending upon how specific the target audience is for the application software, they can be of two types, either a general purpose application software or a specific or customized application software. So we'll be discussing both these types in this lecture today. Before that, you must be clear that application software are developed to meet some kind of requirement of the end user. Now that requirement can be a requirement from the banking sector. It can be a software to print passbooks, or it can be a software to perform calculations as simple as a calculator. Okay, it can be a text editor or a development of an integrated development environment, IDE, that we discussed in the previous lecture. So these are all specific functions that the end user may require in different fields, and application softwares are developed so that they can run on top of the system software. That means they can use the basic functionalities of the system which are provided by the system software, and then they can provide a specific task. They can allow the user to perform a specific task that is provided by the application software. Okay, so we'll be studying what are general purpose application software. So these softwares are developed for a generic audience. That means they do not have a very dedicated target audience. They are providing a facility or a functionality that can be used by different groups of people in different ways. So now if you have an Excel, see, Microsoft Excel is a kind of is an application software that can be used to by someone to perform basic calculations. It can be used by someone to perform to create a CSV file and so on. Okay, similarly a Photoshop software can be used by someone to edit. It can be used just to view also. So it is a software that provides different functionalities and different people can use it for different purposes. Okay, so it is not very specific. All right, now the second kind of application software is customized software. Customized software have a very specific target audience. They are not general purpose. So in IT companies you must have seen or heard about it, that there are specific interaction softwares that are built so that the employees of a company or the employees sitting within an office can interact or chat with each other. So those softwares will not be available for common people, for the people who are not employees of that company. Sometimes these are inbuilt software. That means sometimes interns are hired to develop softwares that will be internally used within the company. So it is a very specific people they are targeting. That will be their audience, and they cater to the needs of and requirements of those people. Okay, so these are customized application software. Now another category of software, in general when we talk about software, now we are not talking about application or system software or programming tools. We are coming to a topic that can apply to all these three categories. Now we are coming to how free, how accessible, and how open the source code of any software is. So we discussed that source code is the code that is written in any high level language or any language or an assembly language. That means a language that is not machine code or object code, that is not in the form of zeros and ones, okay, in terms of computer system. So there are three types of softwares, that is the proprietary software, the freeware, or the free and open source software. So first we'll be studying about the FOSS, which is the free and open source software. Now, as the name suggests, it is free of cost and its source code is openly available. Now, this source code is made available openly so that other people outside the development team can contribute. They can either find errors, they can either add new features, or they can just provide their feedback. So for continuous development and growth of the software, it is made there, its source code is made open to the public. That is why it is known as open source. And when open source softwares are also freely available to the public, they are known as FOSS or FOSS software. Okay, FOSS. Now the second type is the freeware. The freeware is the software that is freely available, but its source code has been held back by the development team. It is not made public. It does not tell you how the features of that software are working, or it does not allow you to suggest any changes. Public cannot openly give feedback or suggest changes. It is up to the development team that will be making any changes or modifications to the software. But this kind of software is freely available, like Skype. You can access it, download it, the application, and use it freely, but you cannot tell their developers, okay, change this app, change this feature, I don't like it, or whatever. Okay, so the last kind is the proprietary software. The proprietary software is basically it is neither open source, it is nor its source code is available openly to the public, nor it is free of cost. So you have to pay the development team or the vendor to use it, in case you are not just downloading it from wrong websites or illegal websites. So proprietary software is is a paid software. Its source code is also not openly available. Okay, so these were the three main types of software that may apply to either application software, or it may apply to system software, or even to the programming tools. See, operating systems like Windows and Windows or Ubuntu. Ubuntu is an FOSS. Okay, so Windows and Python means if it is a system software, it may be open source or freely available, but there are system softwares that may be proprietary also. Okay, so it is regardless of the categorization that we studied previously. Now, summarizing this lecture, we studied what are application softwares that cater to the specific requirements of the end users. There are two main types: general purpose, which can be used by different users in different ways. They do not target a very specific audience. Customized software have a very specific purpose for development, and they meet the requirements of specific group of people. Okay, proprietary software, freeware, and FOSS are three kinds of software that may apply to any categorization like system software, application, or programming tools. Proprietary is neither freely available nor its source code is made open to the public. So you must add this here. Its source code is not available to the public. And freeware, it's free of cost, but it is its source code not open to the public. And free and open source software includes both these facilities or both these features. Okay, so that is all for today's lecture. If you learned something new from this video, please hit the like button and tell us what other topics you would like to study in this playlist of class 11th. And if you have any specific question, query, please do not hesitate to mention in the comment section below. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, mind your exam.